Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. This is a story here I can't even believe we're about to get into, but let's go ahead and get into it. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. If you're not following the DREAMERSPRO podcast, make sure you go ahead and do that. We have that pinned in the comment. Let me just get into this topic. As you guys know, we've spent the last few years speculating, trying to figure out, how did the dunk contest get so bad? Because it's bad. And one of the major reasons that the dunk contest is bad is because the high flyers, the big names in the NBA, refuse to participate in a dunk contest because they believe that they're above the fray, that this is beneath me. And then some voices started saying, look, the reason that the dunk contest really just started to take a nosedive was when LeBron set the precedent for a megastar to not participate in the dunk contest. And if you know anything about LeBron James, watching him since he came into the NBA, you know that LeBron can dunk. Like LeBron James, newsflash, he can actually dunk the ball. Like he's really, really good at it. And if you see some of his pregame dunks, you're like, bro, why is he not in the dunk contest? Like this dude can clearly dunk, right? But for whatever reason, LeBron decided to break the tradition. A tradition that Dr. J, Dominique Wilkins, Spud Webb, Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, Jason Richardson, all of these great dunkers that came before him, Michael Jordan, I think I mentioned Michael Jordan, decided to do, right? They all did it. But then when it came to LeBron, he didn't do it. And all of us were like, what's going on? Like, why is he not doing it, right? And then you've had Stephen A. Smith go on TV and say that he blames LeBron. LeBron James is the reason. I've heard Skip Bayless point this out as well. But then something interesting took place yesterday. Yesterday, I was watching a clip from ESPN, their main channel. And they were discussing some things about Bronny James, and they were discussing some things about the Lakers' new head coach, potential new head coach in JJ Redick. But in the beginning of the sound, Brian Windhorst started to talk. And if you guys know, Brian Windhorst has been following LeBron James since LeBron was in diapers, basically. Like he's been following LeBron all over the world. But he's been covering LeBron James since I think he was in high school. So he knows a lot about LeBron, like a lot, quite a lot. And he says something that just solidified the speculations that some of us has had as to why LeBron didn't do it. But apparently he said something with a different wrinkle in it. He said the following. He said, the reason LeBron refused to be in the dunk contest was because he wasn't voted as an all-star as a rookie. And he got upset with the NBA that he didn't make the all-star team because LeBron has a huge ego, I'm assuming. And therefore, he decided to thumb the lead, to pay the lead back and say, okay, y'all not going to make me an all-star? I'm not doing no slam dunk contest. And that's the reason I was like, wow, I never knew that. So that's the audio we want to get into here. It's a very, very short clip, only about a minute or so. Before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by a brand new sponsor, Game Time, who's the official sponsor of today's show. Game Time Tickets is an authorized ticket marketplace of the NBA, which makes getting playoff tickets faster and easier than ever. For example, I am super excited about the games between the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves this week. With Game Time Tickets, I can easily pick the best tickets for me. I love that I can choose between different deals. I have the option to select the cheaper deal, the best option deal, or my favorite, the flash deal. The flash deal gives me the option to find discounts that I can only find on Game Time. Once I select the ticket I want, I can view my seat. And it's not just restricted to the NBA. I can also look for the best ticket deals for other sports like football, baseball, or concerts, or comedy or theater shows. Included in my purchase, I also have a 24-hour return guarantee, a lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection. So take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play exactly what Brian Windhorst had to say. It's only about a minute or so, so I want you guys to listen to it in its entirety. And then we're going to come back and react to it. Take a listen to what Brian Windhorst had to say here.
All right. Bronny is currently projected to go 54th overall to the Celtics in ESPN's latest mock draft. Wendy, what's your reaction to what LeBron had to say?
Well, first off, let me just say that LeBron really, really did want to make the All-Star game his rookie year, and he was kind of pissed off he didn't make it. And I do think that that was one of the reasons why he didn't do the slam dunk contest that year, because he was annoyed that the NBA didn't have him on the All-Star team. But that's an aside. I don't trust my eyes when it comes to evaluating 19-year-olds, Molly. So what I do is I ask scouts, and here's what they tell me about Bronny. First off, he was very impressive with the teams in individual meetings. The teams don't know him very well because he was kept really out of the public eye, didn't really talk publicly at all. And so they were trying to guess based on what they heard from other people and what he did on social media. He performed very well in those meetings. There are a couple of different ways scouts look at him. Some scouts tell me, look, he is 6'1", and regardless of what the name is on his back of his jersey, to make it in the NBA at 6'1", you have to do several things that are very elite.
So you heard what Brian Windhorst had to say. This is interesting. This is interesting. And I'll tell you why. Based on my knowledge of All-Star voting, and I did vote in the All-Star, like I voted for All-Stars before, I thought it was a fan vote. So I thought the fans vote the players. Now, I don't remember back then if it was the coaches that voted, because a long time ago, 20 years ago. But I know the fans voted, and I voted a number of years. So the fans vote. How is it that you were expecting the NBA to get you in the All-Star game? Unless you were telling me to just make up the numbers. Which then makes you wonder, do they be making up these numbers? Like who gets the most votes? That's the first thing. So because you weren't voted in as an All-Star, and I'm sure it's something that bothers LeBron. He was in an All-Star his rookie year. A lot of other players were. Jordan, Kobe, and others. But he wasn't. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't think it was good enough. Whatever. He decided now that he's going to take it out on the NBA and NBA fans, and he's never going to participate in a slam dunk contest. What a petty-ass reason. Like, for real? Really? So you're not going to participate in a slam dunk contest because they didn't vote you in as an all-star? Whose fault is that? Whose fault? Let's look at what year did LeBron? Let me see. 2003 All-Star. Let me see. NBA All-Star roster. I want to even see if I can find it because I don't remember the exact players that were on there. Let me see. Let me see what the roster was. So in the Eastern Conference, there was Allen Iverson, who got 1.1 million votes. Tracy McGrady, 1.3 million. Vince Carter, Jermaine O'Neal, Ben Wallace. Yeah, Ben Wallace was on the Detroit Pistons, so they obviously he was going to get the votes. So should LeBron have started over AI, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, Jermaine O'Neal? Nah, because he wasn't better than any of those guys. Then reserves. It was Michael Jordan, Jason Kidd, Paul Pierce, Jamal Mashburn, and Ilgauskas and Brandon. Maybe he wasn't in that one. And then of course you had Steve Francis, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Tim. Okay, so maybe let's do the 2004 All-Star roster. Maybe that's the one LeBron is referring to, because I know he came in 2003. So let's look at that roster. Okay, exactly. So same thing. Eastern Conference, AI got 1.7 million votes. Damn, Ben Wallace got 1.9 million votes. That's crazy. T-Mac got 1.2. Vince Carter got 2. Wow, that was Vince Carter. Makes sense. Jermaine O'Neal. Then you have Baron Davis, Jason Kidd, Michael Redd, Paul Pierce, Ron Artest, Kenyon Martin, and Jamal. And in the East, of course, you had West. Of course, you had Steve Francis. So LeBron didn't make those teams. But to be fair, neither did any of the other rookies. None of his all-star, none of the rookie class that he came in with made it. I don't think Dwayne Wade made it. I'm looking here. Dwayne Wade didn't make it. And Carmelo Anthony didn't make it. And maybe the reason that they held that against him is because of his record. Because I know Carmelo Anthony's team made the playoffs that first year. I don't know about D Wade. I think he did. But anyway, that's what LeBron said. I mean, that's what Brian Windhorst said. That's what the reason was. What do y'all think about it? Let me know in the comment section. Catch you on the next one. Peace.